The Leader of the Official Opposition.
The NDP government is allowing what happened to Serenity happen again. The same guardians who allowed for Serenity to be physically and sexually abused and starve under their watch continue to have children in their care. The ministry is trying to claim it's nuanced because it's an informal living arrangement, but that's simply not good enough. Why isn't the Premier directing her government to take every single necessary step to ensure that these guardians who abuse Serenity can't have children in their care ever again?
The Honourable Premier.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And let me begin by saying that our hearts go out to the mother of Serenity who's still dealing with this horrible tragedy, and our hearts also go out, of course, to all Albertans who are concerned for vulnerable children across this province, Mr. Speaker. So let me begin by saying that it is the policy of this government that we are following, that we never place children in care into a setting where there is a criminal investigation involved. However, Mr. Speaker, we do not take the biological children away from families where there is a criminal investigation involved. Instead, what we do, Mr. Speaker, is we monitor the matter very, very closely. That's what's happening in the case here, Mr. Speaker.
For supplementary.
Well, here's what Serenity's caseworker said about her guardians, and I quote, "The child is being neglected by the guardian. The child has been, or there is substantial risk, the child will be physically injured or sexually abused by the guardian of the child, and the guardian of the child is unable or unwilling to protect the child from physical injury or sexual abuse," end quote. Your government says that removing children from the home is the last resort. If that doesn't sound like a last resort, Premier, what does?
Honourable members, I just want to caution the entire House. This is a very sensitive matter as we move into this topic, and I would hope we all respect that.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. As I've said before, after the tragedy of Serenity's death, ministry officials immediately removed children under the government's care from that particular setting. They then engaged in a process of monitoring the safety and the quality of life of the biological children in that family very, very closely. The matter actually went before the courts, and indeed in that case, the judge indicated that what should happen is that monitoring should continue. So that is what is happening, Mr. Speaker, and we are taking every care to ensure the safety of the children in the house in which they live.
Second supplementary.
Sounds like a lot of excuses, Mr. Speaker. It is their job to protect these children. If it wasn't for Serenity's mother's bravery in continuing to bring these horrific conditions to light, we would know nothing. It took a CBC reporter to uncover it. From what I see, this government is sitting on its hands while children are in serious danger in Alberta. This scenario isn't something from the past. These children right now are living in these conditions. We keep asking for action and answers. What is the Premier doing to protect the other children in this House and prevent another possible murder?
The Honourable Premier.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. You know, I would caution the member opposite from using the kind of inflammatory characterizations that have not been proven in any setting, and I would suggest that that is deeply irresponsible to the families, to the children, and the community in which this tragedy occurred, Mr. Speaker. What I will say is that the safety of the children who are biologically related to the guardians in question is being monitored on a regular basis, Mr. Speaker. We are absolutely concerned about ensuring their continued safety, Mr. Speaker, and we will continue to do that work, Mr. Speaker.
The second main question.
This government is totally irresponsible, Mr. Speaker. 2 years after her death, the RCMP continued to investigate the probable murder of Serenity in the home of her caregivers. And what do they say, Mr. Speaker? Excuses. There are 6 children still in that home under the guardianship of Serenity's former caregivers. 2 of those 6 children have been reportedly not been seen in school since October. That's over 6 months and no school, Mr. Speaker. While we've been asking for answers on the death of Serenity, we don't know if the other 6 children in that home are even safe today. Has the minister even bothered to pick up the phone and ask someone to go and check on the welfare of those children?
The Honourable Minister of Children's Services.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, the safety of the children of this province is my top priority. And Mr. Speaker, I remain committed to doing everything in my power to ensure the safety of those children. I care very deeply, like all Albertans, about ensuring that every child is safe and protected. And my heart continues to go out to the mother of Serenity who is dealing with this tragedy still. Ministry officials do continue to monitor the situation very closely, and I certainly continue to interact with them to ensure their safety as well.
The first supplementary.
Albertans are disgusted. It's absolutely absurd that 6 children remain in the care of those responsible for Serenity at the time of her death. It is absolutely beyond comprehension that nobody in this government appears to have bothered to check on the safety of those children. This is pure negligence, and somebody in this government needs to be held responsible for this. I can't even believe that I have to ask this, but will the minister go right now and direct her staff, direct child services, or ask the RCMP to drive over to the home and check on these kids to make sure they're okay?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And clearly, the safety and protection of Alberta's children touches us all, and makes us all passionate. So, Mr. Speaker, I just want to clarify that absolutely the safety of Alberta's children is a key priority of Children's Services. We are monitoring the situation in the home very closely. When there have been concerns of safety issues of abuse or neglect, they have been followed up. Mr. Speaker, we take every report of possible abuse and neglect very seriously and follow up with every single one, and we continue to monitor this situation and issue.
The second supplementary.
The death of Serenity was more than a tragedy. It looks like outright murder. Now, with 6 other children still in the care of the same people who were responsible for Serenity when she died, we hear more shocking stories told by Serenity's family, and I quote, "Every time I saw them, those kids, they had bruises and cuts on them every single time," end quote. I don't even know what to say. When will this minister, this government, and this premier, or anybody over there do their job and get these kids out of that house? Here,
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And once again, Mr. Speaker, the safety of children is a top priority for myself, for Children's Services, and for this government, and we continue to do everything we can to ensure the safety of children in this home and across this province. Mr. Speaker, every single concern about the safety of a child in this province that's reported to Children's Services is taken seriously and followed up. And I would urge all Albertans that if they have concerns about the safety of a child, please let Children's Services know. Please know we do take it seriously. We will ensure to follow it up and to monitor the situation.